And we're back with another episode of Tech Taste Daily.
What's up, nerds and nerdarinas? Shimmy and
Antoine over here back at you with a little more of
this tech stuff. Yeah.
Tech Taste Daily, baby. So, this is what you wanted to talk about. Give us a real quick summary of what's going on here.
So, I was just trolling about on the interwebs.
Okay.
And it turns out that Elon Musk has tweeted out that all of the Teslas that are sold in the last few days of 2020 are going to come with free Autopilot.
Free?
Free
Hey!
Autopilot.
That's my favorite four-letter word.
It's going to be awesome.
That starts with an F.
But wait, there's more. So, unfortunately, the Autopilot will be free for 3 months. So, it turns out that Tesla is actually talking about moving to, if we bring up the tweet here, you can see the Tesla, all Tesla cars delivered in the final 3 days of the year will get 3 months of full self-driving option for free. Delivery and docks must be fully complete by midnight, December 31st.
Dag, we got like a couple of days.
Well, so the thing is, if you go and look at the, where is it? If you look at the website now, and you try to buy a Model Y, by the way, Autopilot is $10,000 now.
Whoa!
So you get that for free for 3 months, because I was reading someplace else that they're actually planning to deliver self-driving, full self-driving as a subscription-based option. So instead of paying the $10,000, you can pay probably $300 a month or something. You pay to get your Autopilot. So
Okay.
This is how they're going to get you.
Okay, so full disclosure, I do not drive a Tesla, but you do. What do you think of that kind of situation where you're paying for it monthly or whatever?
Well, had you asked me that before, when it was like $4,000 or $5,000 extra for Autopilot, then I would say that's ridiculous to pay monthly for that.
Okay.
But now you're talking about a fee, if we select this option here, that changes the price from $48,490 to $58,000.
Gosh dang, that's a lot of money.
So you're basically adding a whole nother car. I mean, hoopty.
So what's the cost benefit analysis? How often do you actually use your Autopilot?
I use my shit all the time.
Well then,
but
what is you saying then?
I'm just saying that I don't know if it's worth $10,000. I don't know if it's worth $10K, man.
I feel you.
So what you got to take into account here is there's Autopilot.
Right.
There's Autopilot that's going to be coming, or that may be coming, or whatever. So if you consider Autopilot, we're talking about Autopilot. What I'm saying is, if you consider that your car is going to be full self-driving, and you can use it for the what do they call it? The auto taxis.
Yeah. Oh well, that's like extra income or something.
Yeah, then your car's making you money.
Okay.
Robo-taxi.
Okay. Right.
Taxi. But if you put your car in the robo-taxi network, that extra $10,000 is going to seem like nothing.
Interesting.
But when is that really going to happen?
Right.
They say in the next year or two, but there's regulations that have to be changed, laws that have to be changed, and it's probably not going to be the next couple of years.
So you're going to do it?
Well, I'd have to buy a whole new car. My car was made about a month before the
that
you need to be able to do this.
Oh,
put it in the vehicles.
It hurts.
So, yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
My car has free supercharging, and it has Autopilot, but not full self-driving. So I can get on the freeway and I can go boop boop, and it'll drive and make me touch the wheel every once in a while, but it'll mostly drive from exit to exit. This new shit will actually come and get you. Like, you can go stand outside your garage. I mean, mine can back out of the garage, But this one, you could be in the front of the house and tell your car to come get you, and it can back out of the garage and come around. And
how valuable is that really, though? Do you really need that?
That's some baller
You can't just
shit,
walk up the block.
But if it's raining, imagine it's raining, and you're at the mall.
Right.
You can have your car drop you off right at the curb, and then go boop boop, and your car will go find a parking spot and park itself.
Well, you know what
that shit is dope.
You know what I can't imagine?
But
if you in front of the spot and you hollering at a couple little slimmies and they coming out and you the whip's right there, and then the car pulls up to you. You've done that before. That's why I can actually imagine it. And it worked out pretty good. I'm just saying. That didn't happen. I can still imagine it though.
Anyway, so you get this stuff for free for the next couple of months, and or not for the next 3 months. And by the time it's not free anymore, the what do you call it? The monthly fee will have kicked in.
So here, let me tell you what Wiki I pulled the bliggy says on Reddit.
Okay.
That's not really his name. I just like that. All right, so nervous. If all cars were self-driving, that would be one thing, but mixing AI cars and human drivers, it makes me nervous. What do you think?
Well, the funny thing is the AI cars, as he called them, are are definitely a lot safer than the human drivers. Like the features that you have in most newer cars, like automatic emergency braking. When the car has if you have the automated cruise control, the adaptive cruise control it's called, where you have radar in the front where you can set your cruise control, but if the car in front of you slows down, then your car will slow down and not run into them. So you can just put it on cruise control and you just have to keep it in the lane.
So you don't agree with Wiki pulled the blicky?
No, I think there's nothing to be afraid of. All the shit you hear in the news about this Tesla on autopilot hit the median and the guy died.
Yeah.
Well, not to speak ill of the dead, but his dumbass was playing a video game and not looking at all. Like I've been guilty of glancing at my phone on occasion, but I'm not staring at my phone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not staring at my phone and not looking at the road. I'm doing the same thing that a lot of you mofos out there might not admit that you do, but when you get a phone call or a text, you're looking at your phone real quick, and your car's not helping you at all. So we're all doing the same things, but my car, I can take my hands off the wheel for a couple of seconds, and it will do a very good job of staying in the lane. Now, I'm not going to go to sleep.
Right.
I'm not going to pass out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get in the back seat. And I'm not going to be sending long text messages staring at my phone and not looking at the road because I don't trust that mofo that much.
Right.
But it basically, like I said, it's cruise control that's adaptive and it slows down if there's a car in front of you and it basically stays in its lane. If anything complicated happens, like the lane gets wider and it splits into two lanes, then you better look up and deal with that. Well, you know, if you're coming up on a fork in the road and there's a big ass median in the middle, you better be paying attention.
You're still driving.
Because your car might run into that shit. But if you want to take a bite of your hamburger real quick, and you want to put two hands on it because it's a greasy, flamethrower burger from Dairy Queen, then your car will drive for a few seconds. That's what this shit is for. Now, that's what my shit is for. This $10,000 shit, that's supposed to be some next level stuff.
Okay.
So, mine is what you get for free. If you scroll back up here, autopilot included. That's what my car has.
Oh, okay. That's a really good point to make.
So all of this extra stuff here. So if you buy a Tesla, you get this shit anyway. Everybody gets that. So everybody gets what I have. But if you want this shit, navigate on autopilot, automatically driving from highway on-ramp to off-ramp, including interchanges and overtaking slower cars. Ooh. So if your cruise control is set at 80 miles an hour and somebody's in front of you going 65, it'll put the blinker on and go around them and get back in front of them.
That's sick, though!
Yeah. Auto park, both parallel and perpendicular parking spaces. So you can just get out and be like, boop, boop, park. Summon. Now, so auto park is where you're right at the parking spot and you get out.
Okay.
So I could be like in front of my garage door. My car will do this. I could be in front of my garage door and then hit summon, and basically I can just press forward.
So basically, with
It'll pull into
with the
garage.
free thing that you have right now, you couldn't actually do the scenario that I was like, just pull it in front of the club and be like,
Yeah, no, you have to
But
pay
with-
$10,000 for that.
But okay, gotcha.
So that's summon right here. Your parked car will come find you anywhere in a parking lot. Really.
So last name Esther, first name Polly. She says it's an accident waiting to happen. Right beneath
so
that,
is her.
I would.
So is her. So is she.
Right beneath that, I wouldn't trust them. Right beneath that, 100% self-driving cars need to have some kind of moral programmed into it in case of emergency. Does it drive into a wall and kills a driver or kills another crowd of people? Would it kill a dog or a
That's an
cat?
interesting one. The moral.
How many?
Morals. I've seen this one a lot.
Is this
And-
this is a big debate?
Yeah. So like the scenario is what if the Tesla is self-driving and there's 3 people in a crosswalk.
Right. Yes.
There's
Yep,
an
yep,
old
yep.
lady that's crossing the street, and then there's a mother and her baby or whatever, and then there's a middle-aged janitor driving the Tesla. He's a high-paid janitor. He can afford a Tesla. But, so, who should the car sacrifice?
Right.
To in it with its AI. Should it kill the old lady because she's lived a long life already and she's walking with the cane anyway, so she's not that healthy, so put her out of her misery? Or should it kill the mother and the baby because there's too many people on the planet and we're having trouble finding space and
I
food
feel
and
it,
stuff?
I feel it.
Or should it kill the middle-aged janitor because he's clearly a drug dealer? Because how can he possibly be driving a Tesla? So it should just crash the Tesla into a tree and kill him.
Okay, that's not for you or I to answer. I love that you brought up the debate, though. So overall, what do you think of the $10,000 price tag? Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Ah, man,
I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Like,
I'm on
it's
the
pretty
fence,
cool.
dude, because I can go either way. Because on the one hand, depending on how soon the what do you call it, the robo-taxi network comes out and you can make money with your Tesla driving around,
right.
then it's worth every penny right now.
Yeah.
That happens in the next couple of years. But if what happens when I got my car happened, like it's gonna be full self-driving in like a year or two, it's gonna be awesome. And then like a year or two later, they're like, you need new hardware to be able to do that. And we can't put it in your car, so now you got to buy a new car.
Right.
Okay, well that's not what I was expecting. So now what if you buy this stuff? And I think the hardware that's in there is pretty good now. That they've got their own chip in there. That's a whole another discussion. But
Right.
I think the hardware can do it. They've got all the cameras. I think it really is a software problem now, but it's a software problem and then regulations. So that could be a year or two, like Elon says, or it could be another 5 or 10 years, depending on how slow things move.
Well, I think,
say
man,
6. I call it 6.
As long as far as the moral composition is concerned, as long as the only people that it hits in the crosswalk scenario are millennials, I'm good.
All right. Now, on that note, that's the free full self-driving for 3 months from Tesla when you buy a vehicle that's delivered in the last few days of this month.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Tune back in to Tech Taste Daily for more talk on tech in the very near future.
Peace out.
Tech Taste Daily.